Hello everyone, this is David, Fairly Secret Music. Today I am doing Whitesnake, Flesh and Blood. Yeah, you can't even see that. Let's see. How's that look? There we go. Alright. Comes with this, just like John over at Vinylizer showed, and it's got a nice little booklet with all the lyrics, photos of the band. One second, I have to fiddle with my notes here. I love the fact that my computer keeps on bringing up these stupid things for updates just because I haven't used it in a long time. Anyway, so Flesh and Blood. This is the first album in what? I think John said like 8 years since Forevermore. I don't include the Deep Purple album because that was just covers of Deep Purple stuff, which is good. But if you go back and listen to those songs, listen to the original Deep Purple versions, and then listen to the Whitesnake ones, and Tommy Aldrich is such a square drummer compared to Ian Pace. Tommy Aldrich doesn't have swing. He almost sounds like robotic. I like Tommy Aldrich. I like him better like in the 80s and early 90s than I do these days. So let's talk about this album. So the opening track, it's pretty good. It's a good opener. It's called Good to See You Again. The verses are pretty cool, and the chorus is good. He sounds more bluesy than he has in a while on this album. But I really wish David Coverdale would kind of go back more to the early Deep Purple and early Whitesnake sounds. Going to Be Alright. Is that the name of that? I have another weird word in there. Going to Be Alright. I really like the guitar at the beginning, but I like the music better than the vocals, if that makes any sense. Sorry, I just didn't want to... I kind of wish they would have had an outside producer on this album, because I think with an outside producer, somebody kind of to push you, to take you out of your comfort zone. I think David Coverdale's vocals would have been a lot more exciting and varied. Shut Up and Kiss Me, that's the one with... that they did the video of with the Jaguar. I don't care about that car. The song, it's got kind of an 80s era slip of the tongue kind of feel to it. But it's got more of a party rock vibe than I am familiar with or used to with Whitesnake. It has almost a little bit of a Night Ranger feel, which is not a bad thing. I love Night Ranger, but I'm just not used to that with Whitesnake. Yeah, the lyrics are kind of silly, but I think the song after it, Hey You, You Make Me Rock, that's my first... what I think is the best song. That should have been the video. And so far, to me, it's one of the best songs on the album. I've listened to the album like 1.5, 2 times or so. I've listened to the first 4 songs about 3-4 times. All the rest of the songs I've listened to once or twice, I think. I don't know. I was driving around for like 7 hours today with it. Some of the pinch harmonics on Hey You Make Me Rock remind me of John Sykes era stuff. The chorus, I love it, but it kind of reminds me of Def Leppard's Rocket from Hysteria, which is cool because that's my favorite Def Leppard album. But if you listen to the chorus, think of Rocket, the Rocket, yeah, and you'll kind of start hearing that in the chorus of track 4. Always and Forever has a slight Thin Lizzy vibe to it, which I like, and I kind of wish Tommy Aldrich, again, had more swing in his playing than he does, because he kind of sounds a little bit stiff. But I really like that song. I think John said that over at Vinylizer video. By the way, go check out John's video about this album. See what you think. See where we kind of meet eye to eye and stuff like that. He says Always and Forever, he doesn't like the lyrics. Lyrics are kind of the last thing that I notice. Music, vocal melody, and then lyrics come after. If they're really good lyrics or something that really grabs me, I will notice them, but up until I'm familiar with the song or trying to know the lyrics so I can sing along with it. There is some repetitious vocal parts or choruses on this, and I will agree with John that you kind of expect more from David Coverdale. One thing I did notice with this is the rest of the band sings a lot of the backing vocals, and on the DVD that comes with this, they show them all doing backing vocals, except for maybe Tommy Aldrich, and whereas like the 80s stuff, David Coverdale did the majority of even the choruses. You know, maybe you just had him singing it and it was enough. This, they kind of fill that out. But there are some parts where it's just absolutely fantastic, and I wish they will do more of that in the future. The next song, When I Think of You, Color Me Blue. It's the first real ballad on the album, and it's good, but it just doesn't grab me. I don't know if somebody's messaging me or something like that. The next song is Trouble Is Your Middle Name. It's okay. It's got a cool guitar solo, but that one's more repetitious to me than the other ones. Flesh and Blood, it's a good rocker, but I miss those smoky David Coverdale vocals, you know, kind of like the like when he was in Deep Purple on Burn, he does the "When you're drifting out an empty ocean." I wish he would do stuff like that again. Where are we? Well, I Never. It's catchy, but kind of repetitious. Heart of Stone is the closest to the smoky David Coverdale vocals that we will get and on this album, and it's really good. Oh, wait. Yep. It's really good, but I wish he would go a little lower with some of his vocals. Get Up, it's kind of groovy. It's not my favorite, but not bad. It's got this weird, creepy breathing thing in the bridge, and it's got some phaser or some kind of effect on it that it would have been okay if it didn't have that effect. But I really like how they grow into the bridge, especially the drum part. After All is a beautiful acoustic song with great vocals, and John said he thought it went a little faster than it should have, and I think it is pretty darn good as is. Sands of Time, this is the song that John over at Vinylizer said kind of reminded him of Led Zeppelin. It does have kind of like a Middle Eastern vibe to it, but I thought at first it kind of reminded me of like some of the early House of Lords stuff, and a little bit of Valley of the Kings by Blue Murder. The verses are actually better than the choruses. Wait, there was one song that I missed. Did I say Always and Forever has kind of a Thin Lizzy vibe to it? I can't remember if I said that. But yeah, that's why that song is pretty cool. Let's see, where am I? So Sands of Time is technically the last song on this album if you get the standard version. Great song to end the album with, but I think the first of the 2 bonus tracks on the deluxe edition that I have here, Can't Do Right for Doing Wrong. Man, I think it's going to be a song that grows on me and gets better and better with each listening. It's one of the highlights of the album, and it also is one of the things where I wish they had an outside producer so he could have changed up or kind of pushed him to do a little bit more creative vocal melodies on this song. It could have easily been from Slide It In or the 1987 album. This shouldn't have been a bonus track. This should technically be on the album. But it's a bonus track. And then the final bonus track, Sands of Time, I don't like how he sings the verses. He's just really pushing his vocals on that. It's definitely a track that should have been on the cutting room floor. But Can't Do Right for Doing Wrong really, really should have never been a bonus track. I would have taken off, let's see. Honestly, I would have taken off Shut Up and Kiss Me and replaced it with that bonus track. And is the DVD worth getting? Well, that one song is worth getting the bonus track or the deluxe edition for, because it's so fantastic. The DVD is just kind of I think all Frontiers DVD, like deluxe edition versions, are just kind of mediocre. This has interviews with the band talking about the album a little bit, talking about each other. When they do making of videos on the Frontiers stuff, they're always kind of shitty because they never show like the drums being recorded or the bass. They just kind of, it's almost like it's like an afterthought every time. So it's not really even making of. It's like, hey, here we are in the studio and now we're shooting a video, and it's always kind of lame. So that is my quick review of Whitesnake Flesh and Blood, which just came out today. I tried to do this last night or early this morning, and I could not stay awake. I would suggest getting the deluxe edition, just especially for that song alone. And hopefully you liked the review. And I did get a couple other things today. I found Judas Priest Screaming for Vengeance for $6, and the new Arch Mattheos CD. So I'm really excited to listen to that, but I wanted to listen to this a bunch and make sure it was awesome to do a review. All right, good evening.